and welcome to another episode of Everyday English Conversations. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to be talking about navigating social gatherings in English.
Hi there, I'm Mike, and I'm really excited about today's topic. Social gatherings can be intimidating, even for native English speakers, but they're also great opportunities to connect with people.
Absolutely, Mike. Whether it's a party, a networking event, or just a casual get-together with friends, knowing how to start and maintain conversations can make these events so much more enjoyable. Let's start with the basics. How do you typically break the ice when meeting someone new?
Great question, Sarah. I usually go with something simple like, nice to meet you, I'm Mike, and then I often follow up with a contextual question like, how do you know the host name? It's an easy way to establish a connection.
That's a perfect starter. Another approach I love is asking, what brings you here today? It's open-ended and gives the other person a chance to share something about themselves.
And once you've made that initial introduction, it's all about finding common ground. Weather might seem cliche, but it's actually a universally safe topic. Something like, beautiful day today, isn't it? Or, can you believe all this rain we've been having?
Weather is definitely a classic for a reason. Another go-to topic is compliments. Noticing something positive about the other person can open up conversation naturally. For example, I really like your jacket. Where did you get it?
Food and drinks work well too, especially at parties or gatherings where food is being served. You could say something like, this dip is amazing. Have you tried it? Or, do you know what's in this punch? It's delicious.
Absolutely. And speaking of food, sharing recommendations is always a winner. Like, have you been to that new restaurant downtown? Their pasta is incredible. People love to talk about good places to eat.
That reminds me, Sarah. Local events and activities are great conversation starters too. Something like, did you hear about the festival happening this weekend? Or, have you checked out the new exhibit at the art gallery?
Those are fantastic suggestions. Now, what about when the conversation starts to lag? Do you have any strategies for keeping things flowing?
That's where open-ended questions come in handy. Instead of asking, did you like the movie, which might just get a yes or no, I'd ask, what did you think about the movie? That encourages a more detailed response.
And active listening is key too. If someone mentions they just got back from vacation, don't just say, that's nice, and move on. Ask follow-up questions like, what was your favorite part of the trip? Or would you recommend it as a destination?
Exactly. People generally enjoy talking about themselves, so showing genuine interest goes a long way. Oh, and here's a phrase I find useful when I want to change the subject naturally. That reminds me, it's a smooth transition to a new topic.
I love that transition phrase. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about some common expressions you might hear at social gatherings. One you'll hear often is, it's been ages, or long time no see, when meeting someone you haven't seen in a while.
And if you want to introduce two people to each other, you might say, have you two met? Or let me introduce you to, these are simple phrases, but really useful at parties.
Another helpful phrase is, I'd love to catch up sometime. It's a nice way to express interest in continuing the connection beyond this one meeting. You could add, should we exchange numbers? Or are you on social media?
And when you need to politely exit a conversation, you can say something like, it was great talking to you, but I should probably mingle a bit more. Or, I need to refill my drink, but let's chat again later.
Those exit strategies are so important, Mike. No one wants to feel trapped in a conversation. Let's role play a typical social gathering scenario. Imagine we're at a friend's housewarming party and don't know many people there.
Sounds good. I'll start. Hi there. I'm Mike. I work with Tom from the marketing department. How do you know our host?
Nice to meet you, Mike. I'm Sarah. I'm actually a college friend of Emma's. We've known each other for years now. This is a lovely apartment, isn't it?
It really is. Those floor-to-ceiling windows with the city view are amazing. So, what do you do for work, Sarah?
I'm a graphic designer at a small agency downtown. It keeps me pretty busy, but I love the creative aspects of it. How about you? What's it like working with Tom?
It's great, actually. Our team is pretty close-knit. I'm in digital marketing, so I handle a lot of the online campaigns. Have you tried the appetizers? The little spinach things are incredible.
Not yet, but now I'll have to. Thanks for the recommendation. Oh, I think Emma mentioned you're into photography as well. I saw some of your work on her Instagram.
Yes, it's just a hobby, but I'm passionate about it. I've been taking a lot of street photography lately. Do you have any hobbies outside of work?
I've recently taken up rock climbing, which has been both terrifying and exhilarating. There's a great indoor climbing gym not far from here. Have you ever tried it?
That was a nice flow of conversation, Sarah. Notice how we built on each other's responses and kept finding new threats to explore? That's the key to natural conversation.
Exactly. And we touched on several easy topics: mutual connections, complementing the venue, work, food, and hobbies. These are all safe territories for small talk that can lead to more meaningful exchanges.
Another thing worth mentioning is body language. Maintaining eye contact, nodding occasionally, and smiling shows you're engaged in the conversation. It makes the other person feel heard and valued.
That's such an important point, Mike. Communication isn't just verbal. And remember, it's okay to have brief moments of silence. They're natural in any conversation. You don't need to fill every second with words.
Right. And if you're nervous about socializing in English, prepare a few topics or questions beforehand. Having these conversation backups can be a real confidence booster.
Wonderful advice. As we wrap up today's episode, let's summarize some key phrases for social gatherings.
For introductions, nice to meet you, how do you know, person's name, and what brings you here today?
For keeping conversations going, that sounds interesting. Tell me more. What do you think about topic? And that reminds me of.
For transitioning, by the way, speaking of which, and that makes me think of.
And for politely ending conversations. It was great talking to you. I should probably mingle a bit more. And let's catch up again later.
Remember, the goal of small talk isn't to have deep philosophical discussions, but to establish connections and create a comfortable atmosphere. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Absolutely. Social gatherings should be enjoyable, not stressful. Practice makes perfect. So get out there and start conversations when you can. Each interaction will help build your confidence.
And that's all for today's episode of Everyday English Conversations. We hope you found these tips and phrases helpful for navigating social gatherings in English.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Practice these phrases before your next social event and let us know how it goes. Until next time, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Keep the conversations flowing, and we'll see you in our next episode.